I got a call one Sunday afternoon back in the late autumn of '97. A chap down in the next village had a mid-80s Talbot Samba on his property that had been in an accident. This gold delight had been rolled over, crushing in the near side windscreen pillar and roof. It was obviously a write-off, and now the insurance had paid out, the guy wanted rid of it. No problem. I would pop down mid-morning the next day to collect it with the lorry. The owner wasn't really happy with that. Apparently, the property had been sold and the car had to go immediately. This being left to the last minute with the new owners moving in the following day. The rub coming that my lorry was loaded to the gunnels with old cars and crap ready for weighing in on the Monday morning. I was told that aside from the accident damage, the Talbot still rolled and even had a month's tax and test left on it, so could be towed away. Dad was out on a Sunday afternoon misery trip with my mother and Gran, whilst Big John was out helping his father with the milking. Who else could I ask that was crazy enough to steer this heap home for me? Terry, my dad's mate who helped with haymaking, suddenly sprang to mind. Sunday afternoons he would be resting by the wood burner, replete after the customary roast lunch his wife always cooked for the whole family. I gave him a ring and then collected him ready to do the deed. Our 1955 Fortune Major with mill loader was employed. Terry and I trundled down the main road to the next village with me driving and him stood on the tractor's drawbar. The property where the car was located was on a tight bend in the main road. A dreadfully blind come out. After the usual pleasantry and paperwork filling in, we got the tractor backed up to the Talbot, ready to hook it up and get rolling. Here's where a snag hit. There wasn't much to hook the bloody great big chain I had foolishly taken on the tractor with us to the car. In the end, I found an old dog lead in the boot, hooped it around the front cross member best I could, and hooked to that. Terry was persuaded into the driver's seat amongst the broken windscreen glass and slightly hunched up due to the crushed-in roof. Deploying the car's owner out into the road to alert traffic, I nosed the Fordson out and away. It wasn't too busy, and we rumbled along in the fading afternoon autumn sun. Aside from some queer rubbing noise emanating from the Talbot, everything seemed to be going okay. Slowing for a junction in the middle of the village, the chain's hook dropped out of the dog lead. I stopped and we hooked it back up. As long as the chain stayed taut, this didn't keep happening, so hopefully we could get back before it got dark, our tractor having no working lights, etc. It was starting to get quite chilly as the sun dipped behind the hills. Also, the traffic seemed to be increasing. A fairish tailback groaned as we came up the long straight onto the common. At the top of the road, we needed to turn right. But as I slowed the tractor, ready to make the turn across, again the bloody hook fell out. I shot over the junction, but Terry was left abreast the white line, a sitting duck in the stricken car amid much horn hooting and oncoming traffic. I couldn't hear what he was shouting, only seeing his mouth going and arms frantically waving. As the backlog of vehicles slalomed past, I eased the Fortune back into place and we continued, but with me shouting to gently ride the car's brake to keep the chain taut. A mile or so later, arriving back at our yard safely. Dad had returned by then, asking what we'd been up to and why was Terry looking somewhat bloody traumatised. Over the years, our families helped each other out a fair bit. There were various jobs I got him roped into, all in good humour. Dad and I were pollarding our old poplar tree by the yard, and Terry was helping out for the promise of a bit of firewood. With both of us pulling on a rope to stop a branch crushing the garden shed, Dad was up in the tree with the chainsaw. When the limb suddenly came free, we both shot backwards, with me ending up falling on top of poor old Terry. Bloody heavier than you look, lad, was all he came out with as we scrambled to our feet out of the sheep shit. West Midlands answer to David Jason's pot larking. Terry always loved a bargain and a bit of a deal, keeping a few sheep and chickens still. It always gave me a smile seeing a sheep's woolly face peering out through the rear window of his neighbour's hastily borrowed Ford Escort Mark III van. This as he travelled through the local town, taking them to a bit of fresh grazing on a friend's small holding. When I was small, Terry taught me the value of always checking out what other folk had thrown in skips. This in the pursuit of a free push bike. He found a rally burner in pieces once at the local dump, reassembling it and making a nice profit at a farm auction some months later. Even now, I can't pass a skip without peering in, such was his thorough tutoring. Dad was up in the tree with a chainsaw. When the limb suddenly came with a bash, we both shot backwards and we fuck it. Hello there. Thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this one, would like to see a few more. Please subscribe to the channel and share them. Lots more to come in the near future. All the best. Take care.